Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. There are currently 31 people listed on the South Dakota Missing Persons Clearinghouse who haven't been seen since the beginning of this year, and 20 of those people are Indigenous. The Sioux Falls and Rapid City police departments are each investigating 6 cases of missing Indigenous people. Children listed on the clearinghouse are often runaways. That's why the number of missing in the state can be so fluid.
It's pretty common that we will be able to find the youth fairly quickly, and a lot of times it's because we get help from our community members. I think over the last couple of years, we've found how valuable it is to share that we're looking for somebody.
In tonight's KELOLAND investigation, Lauren Solek takes a closer look at the Indigenous people listed on the Missing Persons Clearinghouse and what authorities are doing to help combat the issue. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. A 22-year-old man has died in a weekend crash south of Huron. The Highway Patrol says the crash happened Friday evening when the driver of a pickup failed to yield at a stop sign and collided with a car at an intersection on Highway 37. The driver of the car died later at the hospital. The 65-year-old pickup driver suffered serious non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators say he was not wearing a seatbelt. Here's a visual reminder for drivers to give plow operators plenty of room to keep roads clear of snow and ice. Our news crew captured video of this crash between a plow and a car at the intersection of 41st Street and Cliff Avenue Saturday. Nobody was hurt. This weekend, strong winds have led to drifting and poor visibility on roads in northern South Dakota. Carson County Sheriff's deputies responded to a jackknife pickup and camper on U.S. Highway 12 east of Walker, South Dakota on Saturday. Let's get a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. As we go into the second half of the weekend, we're going to be dealing with a decent bit of wind, especially up in the northeast and south central portions of KELOLAND. More on that in a little bit, but for now, like I said, a lot of cloud cover out there. Here's downtown, a view north, 24 at the airport. West wind sustained at 19 miles per hour. 24 is one of the warmer readings on the map this morning. 25 for Spencer, 21 from Yankton up to Aberdeen. Also Ortonville, Marshall, and Brookings. 18 in Watertown, 14 Phillip, 13 in Rapid City, 15 at the Capitol, 8 for Custer and Buffalo. But then you have those sustained winds at 15 to 30 miles per hour in many locations. We've seen gusts upward of 40 to 45 miles per hour over the course of the morning. In fact, a recent gust of 40 miles per hour for Mitchell and Aberdeen. But whether we have that gust or not, we are still dealing with wind chills in the single digits above and at times below zero. It feels like it's -4 in Mulbridge and Pierre along with Rapid City, -10 for a wind chill in Buffalo, 10 above zero though in Sioux Falls and in Spencer. We do have wind to talk about in the short term, and then things get interesting by Thursday. We'll talk about that in your full 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, the Fork Reel Community Cafe in Rapid City is raising money for a brand new food truck to reach hungry people all over town. The goal is to raise $30,000 in 30 days, and the cafe is already halfway toward that goal. Customers of the cafe pay what they can for a meal, or they can pay it forward for someone else, or offer to volunteer at the nonprofit.
So whenever you come up, if you've had a rough week, you're like, I've got $2 this week, that's awesome. You're still going to get the same thing. If you're like, hey, I got $10, still the same thing. So we'll have the same menu items that we have here, but they're going to be in bowls. So hopefully make it a little bit easier to eat or easier to take back to work.
Fork Reel Community Cafe hopes to hit the road with its food truck within the next couple of months. The Sioux Empire Sportsman Show wraps up today at the Sioux Falls Convention Center and Arena. The show features hundreds of exhibits showcasing the latest outdoor products and services. There are also fishing and hunting seminars plus kids fishing workshops. Today's hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is $10 for adults, $2.50 for children, and free for ages 5 and under. American Legion Post 266 in T is serving a pancake, egg, and sausage breakfast from 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. The cost is a free will donation. The Cross Threads Fiber Guild is hosting a fiber fun at the Old Courthouse Museum in downtown Sioux Falls. Everyone interested in knitting, crocheting, and needlework is invited to work on projects from 1 to 4 p.m. Celebrate National Adoption Weekend with a meet and greet at the PetSmart on South Louise Avenue in Sioux Falls. The hours are from noon to 2 p.m. Great Bear Ski Valley is hosting invitational skiing and snowboarding races from 1 to 3 p.m. Skiing and snowboarding is open to the public from 9 to 6. The tubing hill is open from 9 to 4:30. And the Skyforce basketball team takes on the Austin Spurs at the Sanford Pentagon. Tip-off is at 3:05. Adam?
Well, it's going to be a good day to maybe have some indoor activities going on, considering it is going to be rather windy. Wind advisories in place through 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the likes of Huron, Mitchell, and down toward Yankton as well. Winds could gust upward of 50 or so miles per hour down that way. And also in the northeastern KELOLAND, where a winter weather advisory is in place for the same time frame, around 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, where we will also see gusty winds creating blowing snow concerns. This isn't really for accumulating snowfall. In fact, I don't really think we see much of any falling snow. It's going to be for hazardous road conditions and poor visibility up in northeastern KELOLAND. We've already seen pictures and video of that over the last 24 or so hours. So we do have a few little spits of snow between Aberdeen and Watertown, but that's really just about it, as low pressure continues to move on off to the east, and that's going to allow high pressure to try and build in. But we're going to contend with cloud cover at first today, and we try and get a little more sunshine in place into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then we hit Thursday as we get ready for another potential for some wintry weather for some. So enjoy the quiet days that lead into it. Here is Thursday. We'll watch as low pressure tries to ramp up and then move into eastern and southeastern portions of KELOLAND. Now, this is still very much subject to change, exactly where this low tracks and where it wobbles around, be it northwest or south and east. So keep an eye out for updates on that Thursday, Friday outlook, as that will be, again, to use the phrase, subject to change. For what it's worth, odds for below average temperatures as we head into the start of spring are favored, but average by that point is in the mid to upper 40s. Highs today in the 20s, though, and that's without the wind, which is going to certainly make its presence known. Overnight low temperatures either side of 10 degrees in many locations. The wind does gradually back off as we head into your day. On Monday, we get a little more sunshine, but we're still stuck in the 20s to the east. Your 7-day forecast is quiet through Wednesday, or we'll watch Thursday carefully as we then get a reminder through Friday and Saturday that, yes, it is still technically winter for about another week and a half. More of the same in Aberdeen. We at least try and get up into the low 40s by Wednesday after a cold start to the 7-day forecast. We'll watch Thursday's potential for some snow showers before it gets cold again headed into the final weekend of winter. In Pierre, mainly quiet, albeit windy today. Then up into the 50s by Tuesday and Wednesday. A few snow showers possible Thursday, and then you are rather chilly again by next weekend. Rapid City could get up to near 60 by Tuesday after a 29-degree high today, but watch out for that step after Wednesday. We go from the 50s back to the 30s and stay there headed into Saturday. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.